Hello students. In today's session, we will discuss the exercise of the lesson Chemical Kinetics. Question number 1. Choose the most correct option. 1. The rate law for the reaction AA plus BB gives P is rate is equal to K into molar concentration of A into molar concentration of B. The rate of reaction doubles. The correct answer is option B. A is doubled and B is kept constant. Second question. The order of a reaction for which the unit of rate constant are mole, decimeter raised to -3, second raised to -1. The correct answer is option C. Zero order reaction. Third question. The rate constant for the reaction 2N2O5 gives 2N2O4 plus O2 is 4.98 into 10 raised to -4, second raised to -1. The order of the reaction. From the unit of the rate constant, we can say it is a first order reaction. So the correct answer is option B, 1. Fourth question. Time required for 90% completion of a certain first order reaction is T. The time required for 99.9% completion will be. Solution. For a first order reaction, the time T is equal to 2.303 upon K logarithm to the base 10 molar concentration, that is A0 upon AT. In the first case, time is taken for 99.9% completion. Let the time taken for 99.9% completion of the reaction be T 99.9%. Then the initial concentration is A and the final concentration is A minus 99.9% of A. That is A minus 99.9 upon 100 into A, which is equal to 0.001 A. Now T 99.9% is equal to 2.303 upon K logarithm to the base 10 A0 upon AT. Substituting the value of A0 and AT, 2.303 upon K logarithm to the base 10 A upon 0.001 A. This on calculation we can write T 99.9% is equal to 2.303 upon K logarithm to the base 10,000. Then the second case, time taken for 90% completion. Let the time taken for 90% completion of the reaction is T 90%. The initial concentration is A, final concentration is A minus 90% of A, which is equal to A minus 90 upon 100 into A, which is equal to 0.1 A. Therefore, T 90% is equal to 2.303 upon K logarithm to the base 10 A0 upon AT, which is equal to 2.303 upon K logarithm to the base 10 A upon 0.1 A. This on calculation we can write T 90% is equal to 2.303 upon K logarithm to the base 10, 10. Now dividing equation 1 by 2. This is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Now dividing equation 1 by 2. Then T 99.9% upon T 90% is equal to 2.303 upon K logarithm to the base 10,000 upon 2.303 upon K logarithm to the base 10, 10. That is equal to 3 upon 1. That means T 99.9% is equal to 3 into T 90%. Therefore, for a first order reaction, the time required for 99.9% completion is 3 times that required for 90% completion. So the correct answer is option D, 3T. Fifth question. Slope of the graph of ln AT versus T for first order reaction is, the correct answer is option A, minus K. Question number 6. What is the half-life of a first order reaction if time required to decrease the concentration of reactant from 0.8 molar to 0.2 molar in 12 hours? The solution is, we know for the first order reaction, the rate constant K is equal to 2.303 upon T logarithm to the base 10 A upon A minus X, where A is the initial concentration and A minus X is the concentration of reactant after a time T. Or K is equal to 2.303 upon the time given in the question is 12 into logarithm to the base 10 the initial concentration is 0.8 upon final concentration is 0.2, which is equal to 0.1155 hour raised to minus 1. Now T half-life period is equal to, for a first order reaction, 0.693 upon K. On substituting the value of K, we can write 0.693 upon 0.1155, which is equal to 6 hours. So the correct answer is option D. 8th question. The elementary reaction O3 plus O gives 2O2 is, the correct answer is option C, bimolecular and second order reaction. Question number 9. Rate law for the reaction 2NO plus Cl2 gives 2NOCl is, rate is equal to K into molar concentration of NO square. Here it is written NO2. The equation you can see the reactant is NO. It should be NO into molar concentration of Cl2. Thus K would increase with, the correct answer is option A, increase of temperature. 10th question. For an endothermic reaction, X gives Y. If EF is the activation energy of forward reaction and ER is that of reverse reaction, which of the following is correct? So for an endothermic reaction, the correct answer is option C. Activation energy of forward reaction is greater than activation energy of reverse reaction. So EF is greater than ER. Question number 2. Answer the following in 1 or 2 sentences. First question. For the reaction N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. What is the relationship among dN2 upon dt, dH2 upon dt and dNH3 upon dt? The answer is minus dN2 upon dt is equal to minus 1 upon 3 dH2 upon dt, which is equal to plus 1 upon 2 dNH3 upon dt. Second question. For the reaction CH3Br plus OH minus gives CH3OH plus Br minus. The rate law is, rate is equal to K into molar concentration of CH3Br into molar concentration of OH minus. How does reaction rate changes if OH minus, molar concentration of OH minus is decreased by a factor of 5? And what is the change in rate if the concentrations of both reactants are doubled? First one, if the concentration of OH minus is decreased by a factor of 5, let the initial concentration of CH3OH be CH3OH, molar concentration of CH3OH 1. Let the initial and final concentration of OH minus be molar concentration of OH minus 1 and molar concentration of OH minus 2 respectively. Then rate is equal to molar concentration of CH3OH into molar concentration of OH minus. If concentration of OH minus is decreased by a factor 5, then molar concentration of OH minus 2 is equal to 1 upon 5 molar concentration of OH minus 1. Initial rate R1 is equal to K into molar concentration of CH3OH into molar concentration of OH minus. Final rate R2 is equal to K into molar concentration of CH3OH into 1 upon 5 molar concentration of OH minus, which is equal to 1 upon 5. Therefore, rate 2 is equal to 1 upon 5 rate 1. Second part, change in rate if both concentrations are doubled. We know rate 1 is equal to molar concentration of CH3OH into molar concentration of OH minus. If the concentrations are doubled, then the new rate will be rate 2, which is equal to K into 2 into molar concentration of CH3OH into 2 into molar concentration of OH minus. Therefore, rate 2 upon rate 1 is equal to K into 2 into molar concentration of CH3OH into 2 into molar concentration of OH minus upon K into molar concentration of CH3OH into molar concentration of OH minus. This on cancellations, we will get the answer 4. That means R2 is equal to 4R1. Therefore, rate 2 upon rate 1 is equal to 4, or rate 2 is equal to 4 into rate 1. Third question, what is the relationship between coefficient of reactants in a balanced equation for an overall reaction and exponents in rate law? In what case the coefficients are the exponents? Answer. The balanced overall equation for a reaction represents relative moles of reacting substance and products. Consider the reaction A moles of A plus B moles of B gives product. In the equation, A and B are stoichiometric coefficients of A and B in the balanced equation. The rate law of the reaction is obtained from the mechanism of the reaction, which involves elementary steps. The rate law is expressed as rate is equal to K into molar concentration of A raised to X into molar concentration of B raised to Y, where X and Y may or may not be stoichiometric coefficients of the chemical equation. The exponents X and Y are usually small integers or fractions or equal to 0. The overall order of the reaction is X plus Y. When order is equal to the molecularity in the elementary reaction, the coefficients are the exponent. Sixth question. What are the units for rate constant for zero order and second order reactions if time is expressed in seconds and concentration of reactants in moles per liter? Answer. A zero order reaction has a constant rate that is independent of concentration of reactants. Therefore, the rate law is rate is equal to K. In the case of a zero order reaction, the rate constant K will have units of concentration upon time, that is moles per liter per second or molar per second. Second order reactions are characterized by the property that their rate is proportional to the product of two reactant concentrations. Unit of rate constant K is equal to liter per mole per second. Ninth question. Write the relationship between rate constant and half-life of first order and zeroth order reactions. Answer. For first order reaction, K is equal to 0.693 upon T half, or T half is equal to 0.693 upon K, where K is the rate constant and T half is the half-life period. For zeroth order reaction, 2K is equal to A0 upon T half, or T half is equal to A0 upon 2K, where A0 is the initial concentration of the reactant and K is the rate constant. 10th question. How do half-lives of first order and zero order reactions change with initial concentration of reactants? Answer. For first order reaction, T half is equal to 0.693 upon K, shows that the half-life is independent of initial reactant concentration. For zero order reaction, T half is equal to A0 upon 2K. The half-life of zero order reaction is proportional to initial concentration of the reactant. Question number 3. Answer the following in brief. First question. How is instantaneous rate of reaction determined? Answer. To determine the instantaneous rate of a reaction, the progress of a reaction is followed by measuring the concentration of reactant or product for different time intervals. The change in concentrations are relatively fast in the beginning, which later become slow. The concentration of a reactant or a product is plotted against time as shown in figure 6.1. Here you can see this graph. The concentration of reactant is plotted against time, and here the concentration of product is plotted against time. In the first case, you can see the concentration of the reactant goes on decreases with the time, and the second case, the concentration of product goes on increases with the time. A tangent is drawn to the curve at a time t1, which you can see here, but that gives the rate of reaction. The slope thus obtained gives the instantaneous rate of reaction at time t1. The instantaneous rate dc upon dt is represented by replacing delta by derivative dc upon dt in the expression of average rate. In chemical kinetics, we are concerned with instantaneous rates. For the reaction A gives B, rate of consumption of A at any time t is equal to minus dA upon dt. Rate of formation of B at any time t is equal to plus dB upon delta t. So rate of any reaction at a time t is equal to minus dA upon dt, which is equal to plus dB upon dt. Second question, distinguish between order and molecularity of a reaction. Answer. Order is an experimentally determined property, while molecularity is a theoretical property. Number 2, order is the sum of powers of concentration terms of reactants in the rate law expression, while molecularity is the number of reactant molecules taking part in the elementary reaction. Number 3, order may be an integer, fraction or zero, while molecularity is an integer. Number 4, order may change with experimental conditions, while molecularity does not change with experimental condition. Next question, a reaction takes place in 2 steps. First step, NO plus Cl2 gives NoCl2. Second step, NoCl2 plus NO gives 2NoCl. Write the overall reaction. Identify reaction intermediate. What is molecularity of each step? Answer, overall reaction is NO plus Cl2 plus NO gives 2NoCl. This can be written as NO plus NO. We can write it as 2NO plus Cl2 gives 2NoCl. The reaction intermediate is NoCl2 as it is formed in the step 1 and consumed in step 2. Molecularity of step 1 is equal to 2. That means it is a bimolecular reaction, and step 2 is 2 as both steps involve 2 reactant molecules. Question number 4. Obtain the relationship between the rate constant and half-life of a first order reaction. Answer, the integrated rate law for first order reaction is rate constant K is equal to 2.303 upon T logarithm to the base 10 A0 upon AT, where A0 is the initial concentration of reactant at T is equal to 0 and AT is the concentration after a time T. At a half-life time, AT is equal to A0 upon T and T is equal to T half. Substituting in this expression, we can write K is equal to 2.303 upon T half. That is, in place of T, we are substituting T half. Logarithm to the base 10. Initial concentration remains same, but at half-life time, the final concentration is A0 upon 2. This on calculation, we can write it as K is equal to 2.303 upon T half logarithm to the base 10 2. We know logarithm to the base 10 2 is 0.3010. On calculation, K is equal to 2.303 into 0.3010 upon T half can be written as 0.693 upon T half. Fifth question, how will you represent zeroth order reaction graphically? The integrated rate law for zero order reaction is Kt is equal to A0 minus At. This can be written as At is equal to minus Kt plus A0. This is of the form y is equal to mx plus c, which is the equation of a straight line. So if we plot At versus t, it's a straight line. The slope of the straight line is equal to minus k and its intercept on y-axis is equal to A0. That is the initial concentration. What are pseudo first order reactions? Give one example and explain why it is pseudo first order. Answer, certain reactions which are expected to be higher order follow the first order kinetics. Consider hydrolysis of methyl acetate. CH3COO-CH3 plus H2O gives CH3COOH plus CH3OH. The rate law is rate is equal to K dash into molar concentration of CH3COO-CH3 into molar concentration of H2O. The reaction was expected to follow the second order kinetics, however, obeys the first order. The reason is that the solvent water is present in such a large excess that the change in its concentration is negligible compared to initial one, or its concentration remains constant. Therefore, molar concentration of H2O is a constant which can be written as K double dash. The rate law expression becomes rate is equal to K dash into molar concentration of CH3COO-CH3 into K double dash, which is equal to K into molar concentration of CH3COO CH3, where K is equal to K dash into K double dash. Thus, the reaction is first order. So students, we have discussed some of the question answers of the exercise. The remaining question answers we will discuss in the next session. Thank you.